One thing you don't want to do is get involved in friends or even family members' financial problems. Guys, I have heard too much stories of people who have lended their friends or family members money and they have been burned so many times. What I mean by that is they have lended them money and that family member or friend who they gave the money to, they lended it out to, never paid them back. That has even happened to me. I lended money to to friends, I'm sorry, old friends, because no longer my friends anymore because I seen their true colors. And they never paid me back, not one bit. And the crazy part is, the same people who owe you money have the guts to ask for even more money. And they'll say the same phrase, hey, I'll pay you back when I get paid. I'll pay you back whenever I get some more money, I promise you, bro. And they never do. Instead, they're buying shoes with your money. They at restaurants. They at fancy restaurants that actually cost more money than what you got than what they gotta give back to you. You gave them $50 and they spending $200 on a restaurant and they can't even pay you back $50. So guys, I'm just done. I don't get involved in other family members' financial problems. I would give them some game. I would help them out, but I'm not gonna give them any money because you're gonna be burned so many times. And let me tell you something. They're not gonna feel obligated to pay you back one bit. You know why? Because 9 times out of 10, they know you're not gonna do nothing about it. Basically, you're not a bank where where they're not gonna feel obligated to pay you back. So they're gonna just continue to get off on you until you tell them no. Like, I have a family member who is currently co-signing an apartment for another family member. And that family member has not been paying their rent, has not been paying their bills, none of that. And as a result, the family member who co-signed the apartment for them, credit score has took a major hit. And get this, that family member sometimes even has to help out with their rent, has to help out with their bills because they don't want to pay it. But instead, that family member buying shoes, they're smoking their money away, they're drinking their money away, and then they have the guts to ask the family member who's co-signing, hey, can I borrow this much money for the rent and I'll pay you back? And they never do. So I took that as a lesson learned. And 9 times out of 10, these family members, they won't even do the same thing for you. Don't hang out with people. Don't ever be cool with people who not gonna do the same for you, what you would do for them. And I'm just keep it real. Family in today's society is just not the same anymore. It's just not. It's like family members, they don't got that type of connection anymore. Because it's just like you have some family members who just don't like you and who are just jealous of you. That's why I just keep to myself. I keep my circle small and I don't allow everyone who has access to me. And don't always say yes. It's okay to say no. Because let me tell you this. You see people's true characters when you tell them no. You want to see somebody's character? Tell them no. And I guarantee you, you will begin to see how real they are. And you'll begin to realize that they never rock with you from the jump. Like, you need to realize some of your family members, they're just using you. They're just using you. They don't got your best interest at heart. As soon as you need something, they're not there for you. But whenever they need something, you there for them. People have gotten to financial hardships just for co-signing, just for co-signing a vehicle, just for co-signing an apartment, just for co-signing anything, or just even loaning them money. Some people have even had to go bankrupt just for helping out a family member with their financial situation. I'm sorry, but not me. People's financial situation is their own. They should have been prepared. They should have had an emergency fund. And I'm just not going to get involved in that. I'm not going to have people still owe me money and they can't even pay me back, but they out here buying new stuff every week that they don't even need. That's just not going to be me. Like, I don't even like being taken advantage of. I don't loan money. I'd rather give it. That person asks you for money, just give it to them and tell them you don't got to pay me back. But don't ask me for nothing anymore. Because you don't want your relationship with a family member to be ruined all because of money. Because money does ruin a lot of relationships. 2 out of 5 marriages in America end in a divorce because of money problems. Let that sink in. 2 out of 5. That's roughly around 40%. And if you guys don't know, well, I'm sure we also know this, because we're all living in the same economy, but not everyone is struggling, but we are facing some hard times. So why would you even put yourself in a tougher financial situation when you're already in a tough financial situation? And you would get into a tough financial situation by lending someone money because you could face the risk that they're not going to pay you back. And 9 times out of 10, at least speaking from my experience, you do have some family members who do pay you back. But from my experience, they don't. They say they do, but they don't. You call them back a week later, you ask them for their money. You ask them for your money. They say, oh man, I'll give it to you next week. They say, oh, I'll give it to you next week. They keep making up excuses. They keep pushing the date back. But they got paid a couple days ago. And you see them at the mall buying shoes. You've seen them in person and they got some new shoes on. And then you ask for your money. They say, oh man, I forgot. No, they didn't. They didn't forget. They're just using you. So now you know. And now you learned that you can't trust certain family members. And it's crazy that people can't pay people back. But this is even a money rule that most people who are smart with money, they follow. They don't lend family members or friends money because it just creates too much friction and relationships can be ruined. Here's a rule that I follow, and I think that everyone should follow too. If the bank won't give it to them, then why would you? Because banks, they love loaning money. Well, I'm not going to say that, but I'll say that they make most of their profit from loans because they're going to charge interest rates. Interest rates that you get charged can vary on a lot of things, but the main thing is your credit score, because your credit score shows how likely you're able to pay back loans and how good you are with managing debt. the score is ran based upon a 300 to 850 score, with 850 being the best and 300 being the worst. So make sure you keep the credit score up, just in case if you do seriously want to take out a loan to buy a house or buying a car, which I don't recommend you take out a loan to buy a car necessarily. No, I understand that people don't have twenty to $30,000 just sitting in cash for a car, but that's why you buy what you can afford. If you are gonna take out a car loan, you better be able to pay it off within 1 to 3 years, and your car payment cannot exceed past 8% of your monthly take-home pay. And make sure you keep that transportation cost between 10 and 20% of your income, because being car rich but life poor is not it. So if the bank won't give them money, if the bank won't give them a loan, neither should you. Because that must mean if the bank is basically saying, we don't think you're going to be able to pay us back, what makes you think that they're going to pay you back? Because people are going to feel more obligated to pay back a bank and to pay back a friend or a family member. Because if you don't pay the bank back, they're going to keep charging you late fees and interest rates, and you have to pay that. Because if not, you might have to file for bankruptcy. And let's say it's because of a car or a house. If it's because of a mortgage and you don't pay back the money that you owe them plus interest, they're just gonna foreclose the house. And if it's a car, they're just gonna repossess the car, and you still have to pay the car note when your car gets repossessed. And that stays on your credit score for that stays on your credit report, about like 7 years or so. So remember to not get involved in friends or family members' financial hardships. Their hardships is their own. They should have been prepared financially. They should have had money saved up. And then some people might say, oh, I really need it. Oh, I really need it. Tough luck. Figure it out. Again, you should have been prepared. You should have had an emergency fund. And don't let people guilt trip you for you not wanting to lend them your money. First of all, you worked hard. You worked hard for the money. You went to that job for 40 hours. You went to work. You worked hard. So it's your money. So you get to decide what you want to do with it. It's your money. So you decide what you want to do with it. But be smart with your money. And don't get involved in other people's financial hardships. Their hardships is their own. It's their problem. They got to deal with it. Guys, we're adults. We should be able to figure stuff out, especially when it comes to our money, especially if we got ourselves into that financial situation. If we can get ourselves to that situation, we can get ourselves out of it. It's that simple. Yeah, it may not be that simple to get yourself out of it, but you got to figure it out. Stay blessed.